Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming. We are back here in Prison Architect. It is day 26 at around 6:10 in the morning, and a few things have changed. I decided to get rid of my design that I had over here, as well as I removed what was supposed to be the Supermax that was over here, and I did that primarily because I'm making a bit of a change to what's going on in the prison. Yes, indeed. With the room quality, it throws in a whole lot of complications, of course, as we've gone over. You now have to make cells of different sizes with different configurations so that when you have prisoners, for instance, you got prisoners that are entitled to, where are they? There's a bunch of 10s in here somewhere. There. One of this guy here, this guy as well. These guys are entitled to cell 10, cell quality 10, and curious though if it's even possible to get to a quality of 10. We have room size at least 6, that gives you +1. Cell quality are room size 9, that's +2. Room size at least 16 cells or squares, that's most likely +3. Window, office desk, shower head, that's 3 more. So for a total of 6. TV, radio, bookshelf, and chair. So you pretty much have to have all of those items in a cell in order to get a cell quality 10. And I'm assuming that must be the maximum that it can possibly be, since you cannot really add anything else to that. Yeah, of course, outdoor window as well. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So you have to pretty much have all those things in order to have a maxed out cell. And this prison was not designed, of course, for that. I have hallways around all cell blocks for guard dogs to, sniff around, try to catch them early when they're tunneling through here. So I do not actually have any cells that face outside. So I will never ever get the outdoor window because of reasons. Anyway, with that said, I have decided to change up the goal for this prison. And I will be setting a goal of 500 prisoners for this prison. And rather than 500 cell capacity, I did take a look on the internet for the hidden grant. As we can see here, we have one more hidden, and it was interesting for anyone who does not know, and I'm not sure how much of a spoiler this will be. It's called the government bailout, and what that means is you have to be in $50,000 worth of debt without failure conditions, I believe. And what is a failure condition? Well, if you if you have too many prisoners escape, then that can be a potential failure condition. If you have too many prisoners die in your prison, or too many deaths in one day, that's also another failure condition. Another failure condition is if you execute someone that ends up being innocent. That's pretty much an automatic game over right there. You can avoid it by doing the legal prep and legal defense. That's your one get out of jail free card. And so, since I know for a fact, and I really should have looked it up when I started, that the last grant for the cell block is cell block E. And so there is no cell block F for 1,000 prisoners, which I thought there might have been. And so my goal for this prison to do 1,000 cells isn't going to be, I'm not even going to bother with that. But what I am going to do is try to get 500 prison cells in this prison to get it all wrapped up, get this prison done, because I would like to move on to something different with this game. When I started the series, I did not know how long it would go, and we are currently up to episode 70, yes indeed. And so I'm not going to stop rambling in a moment. Of course, I'm always rambling. But I did spend a bit of money getting this foundations down. I do not, unfortunately, have much money. I want to fill in the foundations for these, get these cell blocks filled out, and yeah, I just want to get this prison done as reasonably as possible, as fast as possible, just so that we can move on to some more interesting designs, take into account, of course, the room quality here. And another thing, okay, I haven't missed an intake, is that the room quality actually complicates your intake, because all you had to do originally was come up here where it has your prisoners, and okay, so I have 60 minimum security cells, or prisoners currently, and I have 70 minimum capacity cells, so I could bring in 10 more. But the problem with that is that there are some cells, like especially in my maximum security, I don't have prisoners who can be in the cell. I don't have prisoner for this one, this one, this one, this one. Yep, there's no prisoners that are entitled to a cell 4. So when I'm determining how many prisoners I can bring in, I have to subtract all the ones that new prisoners cannot be placed into. By default, all prisoners, I believe, start at a grading of 2. And if they kick off or do anything, of course, they get dropped down to 0. A lot of these guys are, of course, only entitled to a 0 grade cell. I don't have any 0 grade cells, obviously, here. But what I do have is a whole lot of grade 0 cells here, because I decided to make my protective custody, of course, 2x2 cells without realizing it. Anyway, yeah, I have a few prisoners here. One that's entitled to a cell 3, cell 3, cell 2, cell 3. So, yeah, as much as I liked the design when I was building it, given the fact that they added in the room quality, it's not working for me anymore. So I want to get it done as quick as possible. Once I'm finished this prison, it won't be the end of Prison Architect on this channel. I will, of course, do other things, but I won't do a series on a prison or a series of prisons like I've done so far. It'll probably be more like what you might see from Official Stuff Plus. He does within a month with the current alpha. He doesn't extend the prison past it because, of course, the alpha could introduce new things that complicates the design. He does small prisons that are easy to finish within a month, 12, 13 episodes roughly. So yeah, we are just going to get things going. And I did, before starting the recording, I did calculate how much I could bring in. And based on room quality, and I'm actually going to slow time down a bit. If you want to figure out how many prisoners you can bring in, what you do is you look at your standard default bog standard cells, which are, of course, like your 3x2, with just a bed and a toilet. In this case, I have one here, another one here, another one here, and another one here. I don't calculate these ones in because, obviously, prisoners aren't going to fit in them. So pretty much I know that I can bring in 4 maximum security cells, or prisoners. And so I have it here. Then I went to my normal security, and I know for a fact that I can bring in, I think it was 26 prisoners in. And unfortunately, with the how the ratios go, the best I could have done was 13 normal security to 4 maximum security. If I tried to add more, it would have meant that it would have brought in more maximum security, but I don't actually have, of course, the available cells. And then I calculated how many minimum security prisoners I have, and it ended up being 8, I believe. We can go back through this. Was it 1 there, another one there, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. I don't believe I missed any. So that's pretty much what you have to do to figure out what prisoners you can bring in. And so I have there 8 And this is what my current intake is going to be. $12,900, and this will allow me, of course, to put down even more cells. Bother. Really? My workmen have continued chopping down trees. And so now I have $14,222. And what I'm probably going to do... What I'm probably going to do is just build these. Yep, we're just going to... clone, yep. Alright, so I want from here, not there, there, like that. And yeah, this should be good. There's nothing weird going on. Not missing any cells. Nope. Alright, so I'll build one like that. I will build a second one like that. I will also do this up here. And yep, got that right. We'll also do that. I can actually include that as well as that. Oh, I might not want to. Oh, no. Yep, when I overlap them, you can see we put in lights. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, about that. Oh, bother. Let's manually put the lights in. And what I might... No, I'm not gonna. Be too much hassle. And I didn't do the same down here. What I will do is go back to the clone tool, and this time I'm just going to do this. Yeah. That should be good. Alright. Let's let that continue. Ooh, yeah. Come on, guys. Bring me lots of wood. I need wood. I will also need to take care of, check the prisoners, make sure that we don't have any snitches coming in. And there's, it is 8:15, so no prison buses have come in. So this is the only prison bus so far. We are bringing in 25 prisoners, and yeah, death row is maxed out. And yes, okay, so we still have a death row prisoner. He is a snitch, so we have to be concerned about that. Yes, indeed. Alright, so look at that. First prison bus in. We got an ex-prison guard. So he's going right to protective custody. And a snitch. Protective custody. How about that? We got a volatile and an unknown. So you unknown guy, I'm assuming if I were to switch him to, yep, okay, so that is yellow. So I got the right guy. He was actually, what, a normal security guy? Yep. I'm going to put him to lockdown permanent, because if he turns out to be a snitch or ex-law enforcement, I don't want him to be wandering in, much like these guys. Although, whether we'll find out about who they are, yeah, this is, I might have to change my, my policy about unknown prisoners, being locked in permanently. On the one hand, it does keep them under control, and, if they do turn out to be volatile or whatever, I guess we'll find out if they kick off. So that is 25 prisoners will actually be 4 prison buses. 24 prisoners would be 3 prison buses. 8 on each. Oh, look at that. 8 on each bus. So we got 3 unknowns. You are going to be locked down permanent. And you're going to be locked down permanent. And you are also going to be locked down permanent. Nothing against you. I just... Yeah, I don't want to take the chance that one of you guys is someone that shouldn't be out in the general population. So taking care of him, taking care of them, that's good. And it would be kind of nice if we had a... And we got one more. You are going to be locked down permanent. It would be nice if we had kind of an intake report, which gave us information on all the prisoners that we are bringing in at a glance, so we could see this prisoner has these traits, and we'll want to take action with those. But so far, we don't have that kind of option. But yeah, about that. Of course, the only way to discover their traits is to is for them to talk on the phone, or to talk to one of our snitches, or to during visitation or something like that. So putting them to lock up or lock down may not be such a good idea, since they may be in there for a long time. And of course, we got people wandering through here. Yeah, they were in the visitation here. They decided to wander through here, so I'm going to have to maybe... Oh, bother. Anyway. Heard something going on. Crystal. So how are things going over here? We have 25, 86 in the negatives. Let's crank time up just a bit. Objects. Sell objects. When I was editing, I actually slowed down the footage and actually went frame by frame. And what ended up happening on one particular incident was I clicked sell object, and then when I brought my mouse over the glass door, or whatever it was, I think it was selling objects, the game had selected glass door. So I selected this, brought the thing over, the game selected that, and that's what's happening here with these menus, which is retarded. The click lag, that's when you get the various misclicks, and especially here, if you click on this, same thing will happen. You click on this, the game ends up clicking on that when you bring the mouse over. It is annoying. And it's probably going to be I'm probably go back onto the Prison Architect bug tracker in order to report that, because that is annoying. How many times you click on one thing, it ends up also clicking on something else. Like, I don't know how the game can translate a single mouse click into multiple mouse clicks on multiple things. Unless it's a delayed, so you click and then it's a few fractions of a second before it responds, and that's how it is, and that's maybe something they have to optimize or improve or fix. No, they just have to fix it. I don't care how they fix it, they just need to fix it, because it's annoying. So far we have not had any problems, and yeah, we are waiting to get these built. On the one hand, we have some cells here. Well, at least one cell. We just need walls. We got the materials. But, yeah, we got no one being no one building them. We do get a lot of workmen, of course, cutting down trees. And I did check that we are down to 44 trees in our inventory. Yes, indeed. We have planted another 500 trees from our forestry apocalypse that had happened. And we are finally getting through all that. What are you doing there? Seriously? Really? I don't want that to be storage. Anyway. Overall, things seem to be going well, although danger is rising. 28 prisoners say they are well treated. We have 171. 104 prisoners have serious complaints. 17 prisoners are shackled in their cells or in solitary. 57 prisoners are suppressed and compliant. 6 armed guards are in service. 5 prisoners have necessarily been searched. Alright, so what are their needs? Why are things going up? Food. Really? We have a food need. How close are we to munch time? And why did they not get fed? How is food distribution? Alright, we got a demand of 134 with a supply of 140, so that's going to be good. Demand of 26 with a supply of 59. Why are you... Oh my god. Why are you oversupplying? 50... Oh wow. What happened there? Why do I have a negative balance? Anyway, I just want to check deployment. Alright, this is not that bad. Although, why? I would love to know why this went to shared. Not that it matters. Since, of course, reasons. Anything else that, everything else just looks fine. And what I am assuming is, of course, these guys are getting fed. Yep, unknown reputation. What I might want to do, whether or not I will find out anything. You have a pretty good coverage. Aston Pritchard, 49% coverage. Dan Lee has 0%. Interesting. Yeah, we have all these. 9 protective custody. Gotta love it. Is there anyone in solitary right now that, no, they don't want to become CIs. Early prisoner release reward. That's good. So I'm going to bring this guy in. Oh, there's another early release reward and another one. Nice. How is our prison grading going? 22%. 94 prisoners have been released. I'm going to have to take a look at the final numbers for our last prison, since we are very close to the capacity that we were at in the last prison. $990,000. Of course, we spent a lot of money on expanding the prison. Probably ate a little too much. I probably expanded too quickly just for reasons, since I really might not be using it, depending on how many prisoners I plan to bring in, or cells and all that. But we do have here 10 deaths in custody, 11 prisoners escaped. Yes, indeed. Anyway, we have 45 prisoners that have been paroled early. A little bit less than half of the prisoners who have been released were paroled early. Only 6% reoffended. We have an overall reoffending rate of 22%. Yeah, we have a average punishment and security rating. 3 for reform. And -1 for health. We got 1 dead body. We got 3 in solitary plus 1 waiting. We got 12 in lockdown. And yeah, we're going to want to take a look at intake before it happens. It is 4 p.m. right now, so it'll be a little while before that has to happen. 12 prisoners are up for parole. 1 prisoner is due for release soon. And anything else you want to... Alright, so we still have him. Yeah, if we completely forget about him and he gets clemency, it's going to be all bad for him. Unless he actually gets completely found innocent. In which case, we don't have to worry about him anymore. At this point, though, I will wait until Mr. Felix Van Norton, wherever he is. I think that's him. Oh no, Felix Mitchell. That's the one we brought in. Alright, so he is in there. He is active, which means we can take a look to see... Oh, he is an instigator and extremely tough. Well, we're going to end your punishment just because we now know a little bit more about you. We know that there is a lighter there. That could be all bad. There's some alcohol there. That's a good way to start a fire. We have some alcohol there. Interesting how he knows about this stuff over here. We got some drugs there. We got some scissors there. And yeah, he's marked for death, but we pretty much knew that already. There's a needle there. And yeah. Yeah, we have a whole lot of people that are marked for death. That's what, 4 there, 5 there, 6 there, to be expected. And yeah, yep, he's marked for death as well. Cigarettes, that, but, alright, so we just have 3 guys that we don't know anything about. Quick. Are there any of these unknowns? Or rather, okay, we know about Pierce. We're going to end your punishment. Yeah, we are looking for people who are stuck in their cells. Oh, bother. Van Cleef. We know that you're an instigator, so we're going to end your punishment. Fearless. Ryan Ryas Chandler. Fearless. Yeah, we're going to end your punishment. Klieg. We know that you are volatile, so we're going to end your punishment. We might... Actually, before we do... logistics, room quality... You are only in our room quality 1, so what I might do... No, let's go back to intelligence and informants. So those guys get released out of their cells. We got Alex Williams. We know you are extremely quick. We're going to end your punishment as well. Anyone else we did not know anything about? So far, that looks good. And that is what I'm going to do. Anyone who comes in the prison with an unknown trait, they get immediate lockup. And then, of course, I will activate one of my informants to let me know more about them. Let's activate you as well, Jordan Van Norton. But I'm going to wait until next time to figure out what he knows. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Prison Architect. My name is Scott for SB Gaming, and as always, have a good day.